Hi, I'm Lucy Akin, and I am the owner and designer of Ciao, Lucia. So I was an Italian minor in college, and even from when I was little, I don't know why, I was just obsessed with the Italian culture. I would, anytime I had an art class, I'd be painting the old beverage advertisements, like the Cointreau. I mean, that's French, but all of the very cool posters from early 1920s. And so what ended up happening was when I went to college, I studied Italian, and then I ended up studying abroad 4 times. And so I did Cannes, Rome, Paris, and London. And during all these trips, I kind of just developed this alter persona named Lucia. And it was my international self when I was abroad. And so, yeah, that's how I got the name. I started making dresses probably in around 2010 for fun. And I used to call it Lucia. And then when I went to actually develop a real line, I thought it'd be fun to just be Ciao, Lucia. I love Rome. I think Rome is so romantic. I just love the city. All the old buildings, all the old statues. It's just crazy to me, especially living in America and in Los Angeles, where nothing really has that rich of a past or history. You walk around a corner and something was built 1,000 years ago. It's pretty amazing. So I honestly would say film is my biggest inspiration. I love all the movies from the 1960s, speaking of Roman holiday. And I mean, in college when I studied in Paris, I studied French New Wave film, which I would say had a huge impact on me creatively, just because of the colors and the costumes, and even the subtitles look cooler than anything around today. So when I go to design the collection, I really pull a lot from movies, and then I pull a lot from old catalogs from the 90s and old books about bikinis and really fun stuff like that. Travel books I go through. Well, I think there's such a great history of LA made clothing. It's such a great place to produce clothes because we still have all the skill workers and the pattern makers and the production warehouses. And so it was important to me to produce locally in LA only because it's, really nice to have it in my backyard where I can drive down to my sewers and see what's going on. But then beyond that, it's, treating your neighborhood the way it deserves to be treated. It's almost like we both live here, let's both prosper at the same time from what we want to do. Yes, so I mean, it's just so funny because I know so many girls who wear Ciao Lucia, and I feel like they're all just so cool. They're, savvy, they travel, they're young, they're talented and successful, and they're very independent, which is my favorite part. This girl's going on a solo trip to Palm Springs by herself for the weekend and just hanging out by the pool by herself, and who knows where the trip will take her. I mean, my favorite feedback that I get from people is that whenever they wear Ciao Lucia, they get complimented. People are always you look amazing in that dress, or that knit is so cool on you. And I like that the clothes never wear the person wears the clothes. Yeah, I would say the Gabriella dress is the tried and true travel dress. You could literally wear it to anything, anywhere. It folds nicely. The nice thing about all of Ciao Lucia is it really packs down. When I first started the brand, I would carry it in a carry-on to our on-location shoots. And it would just be one half of the side of my suitcase because I would have my stuff on the other side. So it really packs down. It's crazy. But travel tips, I would say before I go on a trip, I usually do a lot of research. I ask the internet. I'll throw out, an Instagram question to the people, because the best tips come from the people who have tried it themselves. And I'm not really someone to just take any old recommendation. I kind of like it when it comes from someone who, knows it better than I do, for sure. Yeah, so this is probably the most LA story in the world, but I saw a psychic and he told me to start my own brand.
Oh my gosh.
I owned a store at the time and he was like, what are you doing buying other people's brands? You're meant to have your own brand. And I think, when he said it, it clicked for me because I always thought that I wanted my own brand. I just never thought that I was talented enough to have my own brand, which I think many people feel that way. And whenever they're thinking about being an entrepreneur. But I ended up designing 5 styles and I put them in my store. Sans labels, tags, even like material content tags, like literally nothing. And they all sold like immediately. So then I made more and I put them on our store website. And my friend at Vogue came calling, being like, what's this brand? What's going on? Who is it? Is it you? I can't find it anywhere else. And that's when I had my aha moment. I was like, okay, I think I'm making something that women want to wear. And I need to see what else can happen here. I think my love of travel probably came from my parents. They didn't really take me with them on their trips, but they were always going off to like really exotic, cool places. And so I think I had this idea in my head as to what traveling was. And so by the time I got to like high school where they started taking us on trips, I just, it's like this fantasy you get to live out when you travel. And so that's kind of where the love of it came from. And so even in high school, I was really adventurous. I did a lot of school trips. I think I did like a 2-week study abroad in Canada, in Montreal in the dead of winter, which was funny, but I did it. And so, I basically just started being really adventurous. I think I did a sailing camp in the Caribbean for 2 weeks. And so I just wanted to go see the world.